Hey sweeties, welcome back. You know, one of the things I didn't really look into when becoming a parent was the cost of having children. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about it while I eat my favorite sandwich at Subway. And because Subway was next to McDonald's, I couldn't help but stop by to grab an iced tea and my free fries. All right, let's get started. So today I picked up the BLT footlong and I customized it. Let's see what I did. Okay, for my BLT footlong, I got it on Italian herbs and cheese toasted with extra lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, green peppers, red onions, jalapenos, banana peppers, a regular order of mayo, peppercorn ranch, roasted garlic aioli, and black pepper. And I asked them to cut it into 3s instead of 2, so let's see if they followed the directions. Ooh, they did. Good on them. All right, here it is. I changed tripods and actually cameras, and this camera is a little bit higher. You know, around 2008, I used to eat Subway daily. And I was racking up loyalty points at the time. I believe back then they were only giving out cookies or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But I was saving them up. And I think I had around 20 cookies that I could have collected. And then one day I came in and they didn't have that program anymore. And I lost all those points. They didn't roll over to the new program that they had or anything. Back then, a sandwich was only like $5, right? That was like the best deal ever. $5 for a foot long. It's coming out of the back. This footlong would have cost me $14.49 before tax. That's like a 300% increase since they stopped that $5 footlong. I believe that was like 2014 when they stopped that. We were in Maui earlier this summer, and the footlongs in Maui were only $10, like a little bit over 10 plus change, but under 11, which is surprising because you would think on Maui things would be more expensive than the Bay Area. The problem is I don't go to Maui to eat Subway, right? I can eat that locally, so we never had a chance to order it. I forgot to order dip for my fries. So when my wife and I decided to have children, and this was like maybe 4-5 years after we were married, we never sat down and created a budget to see if we could even afford kids. We just thought, okay, it's time to have kids. If you have kids, let me know in the comments if you budgeted for the kids prior to having them. I know there's people out there that do that. You know, I didn't take into consideration all the costs that came with kids, right? I mean, I grew up in the 70s. Our phones were tethered to the wall. We would have to fight over them, right? With our siblings. Nowadays, every kid has their own mobile phone, and those phones have to have plans. You know, we were really lucky at the beginning because we had a baby shower, and a lot of our friends and family that showed up brought us, you know, each of them came with a box of diapers and a gift. So for the first few months, we never had to buy diapers. So I had no idea how much diapers would have cost until I went to Target one day when we ran out, and I realized, holy smokes, these diapers cost so much. And I couldn't fathom, like, someone who is struggling financially, right? How do they get their diapers? I know there's programs out there that help, but I mean, does everyone use those programs, and does everyone have access to them? I don't know. Luckily, we had a Costco account, and we just buy our diapers from Costco. Not that much cheaper, but still, I mean, in the long run, it did save us some money. Lo and behold, 18 months later, we had to double our diaper budget because we had a second child. And then this time, for the second child, we did not have a shower because we felt like greedy if we did, right? I mean, our friends and family just threw us a baby shower 18 months before, gave us all these gifts, and it feels like we were asking for more gifts. Plus, we were lucky enough that our second child was a girl also, so she just used the hand-me-downs. If you look, I don't know if you can see, there's not a lot of bacon in it. It's basically I'm eating a salad between two pieces of bread, or within one piece of bread. The thing is, I'm not so mad about it. I'd rather eat this than that tri-tip sandwich from Doghouse Grill. The thing is, I wouldn't pay full price for a Subway sandwich. The only comparison I have is when I was growing up, which I know was a very long time ago. But the thing is, it's not even like it got more expensive. It's added expenses, things that we didn't have back then that now becomes an expense. Like I mentioned, the cell phones, the iPads, the laptops. For me right now, I'm lucky that the girls aren't into like more expensive clothes. But then when they're little, I used to dress them alike. I would go to Target or Walmart and I would buy them matching clothes. So everywhere that we went, people would be like, "Are they twins? Are they twins?" And I'd have to tell them, "No, they're 18 months apart." Or sometimes, because to me, they didn't look like twins. But I guess to a stranger, they could, because they had the same haircut, the same clothes on, even though they're different heights. But I guess they could be fraternal twins, right? Sometimes I would just joke with people and say, "Yeah, they are twins," just so I'd have them stop asking. It wasn't like I was ever going to see them again anyways, right? Total strangers just stopping you on the sidewalk to ask you about your kids. After our second child was born, my wife started couponing for diapers. And then after that, we never paid for diapers again, except when we were on vacation in Hawaii. think it was like Safeway or somewhere that we went on Oahu to buy the diapers, and they were even more expensive than here. As the girls got older, there's more and more expenses, right? Gymnastics, swim, dance, martial arts, and preschool, private school. It's like just never ending. And the thing is, my wife and I never really sat down and budgeted. We just looked at each other sometimes and we'd be like, can we afford to send them to do this or that? And if the answer was yes, we did it. You know, not thinking long term, like instead of doing that, letting them do that, we could save the money, invest it, or do something else with it. Actually, we saw it as an investment, really, in the children, in their development and their growth. If I actually think about all the money that we spent on them, we could have had a really nice, comfortable life if it was just the two of us. And so I see the lure of young kids these days who don't want children. They don't want the responsibility. They'd rather have a dog, right? Oh man, that's a whole different video. I see people walking their dogs, not even walking their dogs, I'm sorry. They're walking with their dog in a stroller. A stroller that's made specifically for the dog. And I mean, it doesn't matter to me what they do, right? It's just very interesting. I saw one time at the park, a lady had a stroller for her dog, and she was walking holding the hand of her toddler. Hopefully the picture and sound is much better with this camera, but I'll definitely have to get a different tripod because it's sitting up too high. Oh, that's pretty good. Just wish it was still $5. I mean, even if it was had some inflation, right? Maybe $6, $7, but $14.49 for that, I would not. For a family of 4 just to go eat nowadays, you're getting close to $100. And that's like fast foodish type food, right? Not even a nice fine dining sit down dinner. All right. I'm getting to that point where I don't think I can finish the fries yet again. Let me know in the comments what expenses have come up with your children that you didn't expect. We were lucky that our kids didn't have health issues that required us to have a lot of doctor visits or emergency room visits. Knock on wood, right? All right, I still have a bunch of fries, but I don't think I can finish it. This is all I wanted really for McDonald's. This video wasn't really a review of Subway, but if I had to rate it, I would give it a 3. At least for the sandwich I had. There was a time that they took the BLT off their menu. Then I stopped looking at their app because I figured I didn't even want anything else there. The Bay Area is saturated with really good sandwich shops, so they have a lot of competition. You know what, in retrospect, even if we could have saved a lot of money by not having children, not going through all the headaches, the late nights, all the crying, all the fights, you know, we could have had a different life, right? We could have maybe traveled more, maybe gone out to eat more, who knows? But if I had to do it over again, you know what? I would gladly do it, even if it cost me twice as much. Being a father has brought me more joy than anything I could have bought for myself. You know, the thing is, like your parents, you know, you can't choose your children. You know, like spouses, friends, co-workers, you know, you can choose to hang out with them. You can choose to spend time with them. Or you can just move on if they don't complement your life, right? But no matter what happens with your children, you're basically stuck with them. Well, I hope you enjoyed your meal. Make it an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care now. Bye.